excuse me. Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's KB, the Sexy Ninja, and the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. We're talking about SmackDown, May 31st, 2024. May is come and gone. Oh, my goodness. We got Corey Graves. We got Wade Barrett on commentary. We start with Nick Aldis bringing out Nia Jax, our queen of the ring, making a statement saying, like, hey, I'm here, and I want my challenge accepted for SummerSlam, because that's what she rightfully earned, winning the Queen of the Ring tournament. She calls out Bayley, and Bayley comes out, but here comes Piper, here comes Chelsea whooping that ass. And they bring Bayley in, her carcass thrown in, and Nia's like, what's going on? And Chelsea explains to us, like, hey, after Piper beats Bayley, you'll face her for that championship. And Nia's like, I don't give two shits who I face. I'm coming after that championship regardless. And Chelsea's like, okay. But this does set up a match later on, not with Nia, but Bayley involved. We have AJ backstage with Nick. He's wearing this nice baby blue suit. It reminds me of a baby pink suit a certain somebody wore and everything like that. So he says, ask Nick Aldis, like, hey, can I have a moment in the ring? I have to address something. I have to address my career. I have to talk to the crowd. And Nick's like, why don't you talk to me first? Because I'm too emotional right now. And then slowly the rumors are going around that AJ Styles might retire. So that's the theme of tonight. You know, we go right into it. Then we go into Naomi and Bayley backstage in medical. And Naomi's like, hey, I saw what happened. I'm really sorry. I should have been there. Bayley's like, she's like, I always got your back. And Bayley's like, I know. But the doctor says I'm cleared. So Naomi's like, you want to pick a fight? And Bayley's like, yeah, let's pick a fight. So it sets up Bayley, Naomi versus Chelsea and Piper later on. I was like, ooh, baby, we're in for Friday Night Fight Night. Then we have our first match, Tommaso Ciampa versus Austin Theory. Banger, bro. Banger! DIY wants a shot at those tag team championships, and we're slowly seeing the seeds being laid for A-Town Down Under to split, because Grayson Waller is the reason why Austin Theory lost this match. He tells Wade and he tells Corey, like, the reason why Austin Theory is relevant is because of me. And Austin kind of hears it. He's trying to figure out what's going on, but this was what cost him the match, and Tommaso Ciampa got the win. Next week, we're going to get Grayson Waller and Johnny Gargano for these two, and to see if I'm guessing he's going to get a win there, and we're going to set up a big tag team championship match, possibly at Clash at the Castle. That would be awesome. Then Nick is backstage with Blair Davenport. Here comes Naomi because she wants her match. And Blair's like, who the hell are you to interrupt me? You know what? You're going to know this name, Blair Davenport. And Nick's like, hey, I don't want to be rude, but I got somebody coming in. LA Knight walks in. And he's like, hey, I just want to know one thing. Where's Logan Paul? He wants a shot at that United States Championship. He wants to face Logan Paul for it. Oh, my notes are blowing all over the place. I'm just going to bring it down. And LA Knight walks to the hallway, and here's Kayla. And Kayla's like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, hey, Nick really doesn't have any answers. I want a shot at him, at Logan Paul, for the championship. I'm going to make it happen. And here comes Mello. And LA's like, oh, God, this guy. You want to interrupt me too? And Mello messed up a little bit. He goes, I know you want to face L.A. And L.A.'s like, yeah, if I'm looking in the mirror, I want to face myself. You're talking about Logan Paul. Get it right, buddy. And he calls him trash at the end. But Mello and L.A. Knight, I love their back and forth. It's just amazing on all types of levels. Next up, we get Andrade versus Apollo Crews. Awesomeness, man. This was a fun match, but Andrade got the win. Angel's out there. He's trying to bring Andrade to the LDF, and Santos and them come out, and Santos is like, we celebrate. And Andrade just walks by and gives him a shoulder check with, and that shoulder was icy cold. And Angel's like, oh, don't worry. I'll fix this, boss. I'll fix this. Then we get the Bloodline backstage, Tonga and Loa and Sikoa, they're all back there. Here comes the Wise Man, and the Wise Man tells him, hey, this is chaos. This is like what you're doing. Me and Roman, the tribal chief, and we want Roman chants. He's like, we've thought these things out, and he's seek to me for counsel, and I would tell him, let's do this. So let's figure it out. Let's get Roman back to where he needs to be, but we got to do our part. And I know that you're the leader right now, the Bloodline, Solo. And Solo's like, hey, we are going to make Cody Rhodes know that his time is up, And Paul goes, what do you mean, we? So Jacob Fatu is slowly going to be creeping around that corner, and when he makes his debut, it's going to be crazy. And this new vicious 2.0 Bloodline is going to get crazy. But Kevin Owens' music hits, and Solo tells him, go handle that, Paul. Go handle that right now. Kevin's about to cut a promo, but before that, we get Andrade backstage with Angel, and Angel gets attacked by Apollo because he's getting in Apollo's business during that match. But we have a great segment between Kevin Owens and Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman begging and pleading with Kevin Owens and telling him, hey, man, I'm doing this to save you. These thugs, he called them thugs. They're ruthless. There's no order. It's just chaos. And I want you to go back home to your family safe. But if you keep on calling out Solo, Lord knows what they're going to do to you. And Kevin laughs. He's like, dude, should I really take your word for this, Wise Man? Because I've been dealing with y'all for the past 4 years and fighting back and forth, because that's what I'm telling you. Roman and I respect you. You are a worthy challenger to him for his championship. He goes, but this version of the Bloodline is ruthless, and they're thugs, and they will beat you down and do unspeakable things. And he's like, please, please. And he starts begging, and there's a moment where he hits Kevin by accident. The crowd starts chanting, you fucked up, you fucked up. So, but before Kevin can get his hands on Paul Heyman, here comes Solo. Here comes the rest of the Bloodline, Tonga and Loa, the Guerrillas of Destiny, God themselves. Well, they're not called the Guerrillas of Destiny here, but they were. But they are the Bloodline. And before they could get Kevin, here comes the Street Profits and goes into a big fight, and Kevin Owens and Solo start slugging it out, leaving, and we have our matchup next. Tonga and Loa go ready to face the Street Profits, and this match is awesome, man. Talk about a banger. But the Bloodline gets the win. They take out the Street Profits, but what a great match. We got Jade and Bianca backstage, and Indy gets in the face of Jade, and Indy will have a match next week. Kayla's with Michin and talking to her like, hey, what do you know about AJ Styles and everything like that? Is he really retiring? What's going on? And she's like, we really haven't spoke to him. But, hopefully we'll see what happens. And here comes Nia. Michin's like, bitch, interrupt me? I'm always getting interrupted. And she's like, oh, you really going to step to me? Nia's looking at Michin. Michin just steps right to her and says, but let's go. Bring it on. And Nia's like, you're going to regret that. We go into our next match, Naomi and Bayley versus Chelsea and Piper. Another banger, man. I really enjoyed this match. And my girl got the win, Chelsea. Even though Piper had to smush her really bad, man. But this was a back and forth battle. I cheered. I was like, yeah, go Chelsea. Even Chelsea was all loopy like, oh, I won. Yay, I won. And I like Piper too. So Piper is gunning for that championship around Bayley's waist, and this storyline is continuing. It's going to unfold before our eyes, but my girl Chelsea and Piper got the win. That's all that matters. The W, baby. And here we go. The main event of the night, the main act of the night, the main cinema is what we call it here. AJ Styles is walking to the ring. LA Knight's like, hey, if it's true, respect. LA Knight then walks off, and Cody comes up, and AJ Styles whispers something in his ear, and as he's walking, and there's the Good Brothers standing there waiting for him, like, we'll go out with you, man. And he goes, okay, let's do this. And we get the big, I want to be a phenomenal dad. You know, everything I've missed, my son just graduated, you know, and I sat there realizing, you know, friends and family, like, oh, man, I missed a lot. And maybe it's time for me to not climb the mountain, but it's time for me to, you know, enjoy the rest of my time, you know, and with my family and stuff like that. So he invites Cody out. And it's emotional. And if you do not remember the light pink jacket I mentioned, it felt like that Mark Henry moment where Mark Henry was talking about he's going to retire, and here comes John Cena. John Cena's like, you know, yeah, give Mark Henry his flowers. Ooh, but Mark Henry tricked us all. I saw this coming from a mile away, but I was loving every moment of it. Cody comes out, they're talking, there's respect to each other. Text message, Cody says, like, are you okay? He's like, I'm okay, little bro. And he goes, oh, AJ Styles, the big bro, you know. But, of course, the Good Brothers walk out, and they're celebrating. And here comes the phenomenal one, the phenomenal monster, taking out Cody. The Good Brothers fending off, the security fending off Nick Aldis, and I was just like, oh my God. And before they went off air, you hear Corey Graves like, AJ Styles, you son of a, you know, and I was like, oh, but AJ Styles made it clear that he wants Cody one more time. And this was awesome, man. I was like, oh. So Mark Henry's probably like, good job, AJ. Good job. 5 out of 5, Albany, New York, SmackDown, May 31st, 2024. Corey Graves, Wade Barrett on commentary. Such a good SmackDown. My match of the night, Naomi, Bayley versus Chelsea and Piper. I got to say that's my match of the night, but everything else was really fun. A lot going on. TNA WWE crossover is happening with Jordynne Grace showing up first on NXT. Then Becky Lynch is a free agent. I don't think she's going to AEW, but it says that she wants to take a break. You know, writing a book, main eventing WrestleMania. She's put in her time. She loves this business, and she even tweeted out to be continued. I feel like she's going to be staying in WWE. I don't see her going to the other side. You know, I just think at this moment she's just like, you know what? Let me just take some time off, let my body recuperate. You know, when I come back, I'll come back even better. So shout out to Becky Lynch. But that's it. That's all. All right, y'all. Drop those comments below. Tell me what you thought of the show. Like and subscribe. Share it with your grandma. Share it with your grandpa. Share it with the bum down at Walmart. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com/New World Podcast. Get yourself that sweet NWP logo created by Penta X. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life. Brother.
Future has some vision for the future of Solo taking over the entire bloodline. Why won't anybody let